Hey everyone, welcome to the Hot Ones Challenge. My name is Matthew. I'm here with Bob Foreman. I'll let you do a little introduction of yourself before we get started.
Yeah, hi, my name's Bob, and I am a software engineering lead at LexisNexis Risk Solutions, part of HPCC Systems, and we're here with the UGAHacks 9 Challenge this year in February 2024. So it's great to be here.
Oh, we're excited. We're excited to have you. So just a quick explanation. So it's very similar to the YouTube channel online. We have a row of hot sauces in front of us going from least hot to hottest. I believe this one is 2.6 million Scoville, so that'll be a little interesting at the end. But what we're going to do is eat one of these wings and then proceed to ask questions, just go through a traditional interview. So whenever you're ready to get started, I guess we can crack open the first one.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, perfect. Here, I'll give you the honors. You can do the first brand new bottle.
Okay. You going to tell them what the hot sauce is, or?
I believe this one just says a buffalo, a traditional buffalo. Hopefully not too bad to start us off.
So this is why sometimes they preset the hot sauce on these, because they take a long time to come out of the bottle.
Yeah, we need that new sauce. Maybe I'll start mixing these up, get them ready.
There it is.
This one's
Just
too.
gotta
This one's
slap
real
it.
liquidy.
You got to slap it a little bit.
Slap it a little bit.
Chunky's coming out.
I'll make sure all of these are. This one's pretty liquidy.
There it goes.
There. All right.
Now I gotta try my
I
best.
think
to
I
do
have a
this
good
too.
dab on that. Well, there you go. Whoa!
That is
all
blinging.
right.
Well, there we got enough. We'll start it there. All right.
Right, and that's the first one. What's the first one called? The hot ones.
This is the Hot Ones Buffalo Hot Sauce. So we'll start with
All
this
right.
one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's dig in.
That one's pretty good. This tastes like something I'd put on my wings. We're not into anything too spicy just yet. But
Yeah, that's like everyday hot stuff.
yeah, so that one I'm enjoying. I'm happy right now. But I guess to start it off, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and about the journey you've had in the field of technology?
Sure. Well, it started many, many years ago. Sometimes I don't want to say, but I think that my destiny has been part of technology, where I've been thrown into things where people have guided me in areas, and I liked it. One of the things, for example, I was in the U.S. Navy for 5 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
And two people who were totally unrelated to each other both told me, if you go into the Navy, you have to do communications.
Okay.
So I had no idea what it meant. Went in, and the recruiter looked at me and he said, "You're going to need a top secret clearance. Are you a good guy? Because they're going to send people at your house and they're going to ask you all kinds of questions." And I said, "Sure." So I found out that communication technician actually they renamed it to cryptologic technician.
Okay.
And I was always, as a kid growing up, loving to do puzzles and stuff. So I was a code breaker and would look for patterns in a transmission and look for different patterns, and then we would write up our reports on it.
That's fascinating.
So that first got me into the technology, and we were working with, very up-to-date, modern, state-of-the-art equipment. And then when I got out of the Navy, I decided, well, let me get a little hardware behind my back, and so I got a degree in electronic engineering.
Okay.
And I always found that I had a knack of showing other people how to do it too, or describe what we were doing. And so I eventually got into the teaching arena, and so as I went from one technology sector to another, I always would look at the forefront of being in the education part of it.
Okay.
So even to this day, years later now, with HPCC systems and our technology, I feel blessed to be in a job I love to do. I love to get up in the morning and do it because it's involving training. And that's why, I love being a part of UGAHacks as well.
And do you mind if I ask a little bit about what types of training you do for HPCC?
Yep, I am primarily teaching the language behind HPCC called the Enterprise Control Language.
Awesome.
It was a language built for HPCC. It's data-centric, and it allows people to do anything they need to do with the data set and process it, and we do hundreds and hundreds of products that were built on HPCC, and it drives our business. So that's the language that I teach.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine when you were younger, before you started in the field of technology, that you'd ever end up where you are now?
No, really, you never do.
Yeah,
You never do.
that's what I was expecting.
All I can tell you, it's been a great journey, and I've enjoyed every step of the way, and I wouldn't change anything, you know?
That's great.
So even I spent 2 years in Alaska in the Navy, and people say, how could you do that? And I say, well, you know, you have to be there, and if I ever had a chance to go back there, I would.
That's
It's great. Everything adds up in your life experience.
I love that. All right. Well, I guess we can get started on the second hottest wing.
All right.
Let's see. So this one here, okay, I'll let you go again. A little easier to come out. We've got Funky's hot sauce, the Stellar Fuzz, for anyone watching. So I'll let you open that
All right.
up. I'll close this one so we don't spill anything.
Oh yeah, this one is very,
I was gonna say this one will come out
that one
easy.
was thick, this one just pours out like a water.
Let's see. It won't taste like water though. I wish. There we go. Got some Funky's hot sauce. All right.
All right, cheers
Cheers.
again. Let's dig in. I like that one better.
The flavor on that one's pretty good. I'm not
Yes.
the best with spice, so it's starting to get there for me.
Yeah, it kind of sneaks up on you, but yeah.
But still not too bad.
All right.
All right, perfect. So I was just curious, what are some emerging technology trends or new things being created now that intrigue you the most?
Well, you know the buzzwords lately,
Yeah.
generative AI, machine learning, that's the emerging technology right now. Everybody's getting into that. But, you know, our company is also putting a lot of guardrails on that too, because we are very concerned with data privacy. And so we want to make sure that if we're diving into the, you know, AI pool, that we do it responsibly and ethically, and also, you know, so it's an exciting technology. There's a lot of benefits in using it. I like that. Just what happened last week, Apple Vision, that's kind of cool too. You know, people said it's going to be life-changing, just like, you know, the internet was life-changing back in the 90s, you know, and I think that, yeah, we live in interesting times, they say, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, those are the technologies that I've been watching, and yeah, I can't wait to try on the Apple Vision and see how that is. You know?
I was gonna say, I've been seeing a lot, like you said, just so recently, all the videos, people finding out different ways you can use it, fun things, you know. People are gonna invent different ways to, you know, utilize that technology, which is real nice.
Yeah, but $3,500. So, you know, if I do a plug for it, can you send me one? That would be great.
You know, you can send in two. I'm in the wings with you, so we'll do
There
it.
you go.
And in the past, was there any big introduction of technology? I know you mentioned the internet, but any other ones in the past that really changed the work you were doing at the time?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, what we're doing with HPCC systems was a movement of how we deal with large amounts of data.
Okay.
You know, because in the 90s, everything was kind of client-server. So you had the, you know, you had a client system, and then you had sometimes a middleware layer, and you went out to the server side, and it was kind of performance-wise clunky, you know. So HPCC was kind of the solution to that, because the libraries and the logic goes directly down right on the data and works fast right on with the data. Distributed data and parallel processing. So that was an exciting part of the technology. I've been working with a group of developers for the last almost 30 years now, and these guys are at the top of their game. So I'm just proud to be part of that effort.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just keep bumping it up, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. How's this next one? This one will come out pretty good. we've got the queso sin queso, for those out there.
Oh,
So this one looks interesting. Do you know if you,
queso is cheese, right?
Yes, it is. So I'm a little curious
Is
how
it
this one's
cheesy
gonna
sauce?
taste.
What do we think?
That would be exciting. I think.
Plant-based queso style. Okay.
This one fell. Let's see. Get mine set up.
All right, come on out of there.
It's being a little tough on you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. Good dab.
I was gonna say, you better, hopefully this one's a good one, because you got a decent amount on that. I may be joining you in a second. Yeah, there we go. Oh, a little too much, but that's fine.
We're all right. I
We'll
think
be
it looks
good.
good.
All right,
There it is.
cheers again.
Cheers again. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. You can taste the queso.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, you can taste the kick too. Mm-hmm. It says, "Hi, I'm queso." It says, "No, you're not. You're a lot hotter than queso."
This is hot sauce. Whew.
Yeah, now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, but that's a unique flavor. I'm trying my best to avoid touching my eyes, like
Yep,
they mentioned.
yep.
But you've got the protective layer.
Isn't that? Yeah. See, that's great. I think maybe that's an advantage I have. All right.
All right. So, is there any technology-related skill or knowledge that you maybe wish you had learned earlier? And if so, how do you think it would have affected your career path and how you are now?
I think I would have started programming earlier,
Mhm.
you know, because once again, like what I did with in the early days with working with more of the equipment that analyzed things, and then more of the hardware behind it, and then when I discovered that you can do some great things with software as well, I think that I would have, you know, I would have loved to explore maybe languages a little bit earlier. To be honest with you, because stuff you were working with hardware, you had either back in, and this is going way back, you had either like BASIC, which was slow and clunky,
Yeah.
and it was easy to understand and use, but it was just slow and clunky. And you had assembler, and that was about it. You know, so here's the, you know, the stuff I used to teach, like the 8286
Yeah.
Intel and the 6800 Motorola microprocessor. So you'd have to be up to date with the assembly language, you know, so then, you know, over the years, you discover there's a lot more languages, and, you know, so I think I probably would have got started with it early.
And I love now, they have so many programs going even down to lower school teaching, kids get into coding, see if they're
Exactly.
interested, just even if it's just basic logic, which is real nice, I think,
Yeah, we just did a workshop for middle schoolers,
Oh, that's awesome.
you know, and yeah, they're great. And you know what? They ask great questions.
I
you
bet
know,
I
like-
bet they're loving it.
Yeah, you get older and people like, I know everything, I don't need to ask that. And these middle schoolers, they ask the really cool questions about, you know, data and the technology and the language that, you know, it's just wonderful to see.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. So this next round, we're actually going to do a quick fire. So after we eat, we've got a bunch of would you rather's. So it'll just be a one or the other.
I like these.
Yeah.
These are my favorite.
I was going to say you can get fun with it. You don't have to worry too much, but we'll see what we have to eat first. So the Morita. Let's see. We got the Bourbon Maple Reaper hot sauce.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound too pleasant,
No.
but.
Bourbon maple sounds good.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Reaper, you know, that's, you know, I'm not ready for that yet.
They were
Not
one
for
word
a
off,
while.
and I would have loved it. Let's see, get a wing ready.
All right, there we go. Reaper.
Whew. Let's see, try and match you. There we go.
All right. So when they get hotter like this, sometimes I don't want them to touch my lips.
Just peeling it off.
So I peel it off and just go right into the tongue, and the tongue goes, yeah, thanks a lot.
That's what the flats I feel like are good for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that one.
It starts good. We'll see how it ends.
Yeah.
That's not bad, at least so far.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's the maple and the bourbon there.
The sweetness cancels out the spice. I think that one's my favorite so far. Unless it's
I-
got some kick that I'm not ready
no,
for
I
yet.
tend to agree. I think so. Mm-hmm. Rarely do I dip my chicken in the hot sauce that spilled off the wing.
You're braver than I am. All right, you ready for some would you rathers?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. The first one was, would you rather have the power of flight, but once you start flying, you cannot stop flying for 24 hours, or have the power of invisibility, but it only works for 1 hour at a time?
Definitely flight for 24 hours, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because invisibility sounds creepy. You know, it's too tempting, and that would be something I just wouldn't want to go explore. But flying for 24 hours, even though I couldn't land, you could see the world,
Yeah.
couldn't you? You could go anywhere you want to go, see the world in 24 hours, fly around, and just, knock that off your bucket list. You
I
know?
agree. You
I
just
think
visit any place you
invisibility is
want.
creepy.
I like that answer. I agree with you. I think flight's the better option for that one. So I think you may have had this question before, but would you rather live in a world where you can communicate with animals?
Yes.
Or,
Yeah.
or the other part is know every
Yeah.
human language.
Yeah, that's my thing. I love animals. I just think they're, unconditional love, and
Do you have any pets yourself?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, and I've had them. I've been married for 38 years, and we never had a house without a pet.
That's great to hear. I love that.
Latest one's a Maltese mix. His name is Wally,
Oh.
and he's waiting for me to come home on Monday. So yeah, I'd love to talk to him and say, like, hope you weren't too upset with me gone for a week. Like,
Is that what you want to apologize for leaving?
kind of, and just see how he feels, and and then like, do you want an extra little bit of good dog food today? Can I make up for that? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat? now?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Sometimes you put the food in this bowl and he looks at it and he looks at you like, should I? I guess I will. So
Make it easier
yeah,
to spoil them.
I'd love to communicate with animals.
That's awesome. So would you rather be a famous actor or a famous musician?
Musician, definitely, because an actor's cool. An actor, you're immortal in movies. Think about that for a minute. But musician, the pleasure that you give people if you do good music, and again, that's forever. I mean, think of guys like Beethoven and Mozart, that they started that way back then, and people still listen to them. So definitely a famous musician.
Do you now, or did you ever play any
Yes.
instruments?
Yeah. I played guitar, and I played in a band in the Navy. We had a three-piece
awesome.
band. We were called the Highwaymen, which was before Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and Chris Christopherson had their Highwaymen. We were the Highwaymen. I had two guys in the band from Texas. They wanted to call themselves the Outlaws, but in Scotland they already had a band called the Outlaws. So they said, okay, what's the Scottish equivalent of an outlaw? And that was the Highwaymen.
That's interesting.
So yeah, and I play guitar, and in order to get into the band, they wanted me to learn 30 country songs in a week, and
They put you through the ringer.
most country songs are 3-chord,
there. Oh, okay.
C, G, F, G, A, B, yeah, whatever, and so I learned them, and I learned these songs, and the lead guitarist looked at me and he said, "How'd you learn them so fast?"
He said I learned the chords.
So after I learned them, and I said, okay, now it's my turn. You're going to learn the Eagles, you're going to learn the Beatles, you're going to learn Dire Straits, and a lot more. So I brought them into my world, they brought me into their world, and it was a great time.
That's great to hear.
Yeah. So, famous musician.
I like that answer. I like that answer. So would you rather, this is an interesting one, would you rather live in space or live in the bottom of the ocean? We'll say that you can travel to the world at any point, to the surface.
Gotcha. Now I think space, because there's more freedom there. I think the heavens are beautiful. I think the ocean is kind of dark sometimes and cold.
I'd agree.
And so, yeah, I think I'd rather be a space traveler, rocket man.
They'll have this, they're working on all those, space, like hotels, things like that. You may be able to do it soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Hopefully. All right, would you rather have super strength or super speed?
Well, that's a good question, because super strength, you can help a lot of people in certain times, but super speed, knowing the traffic in Atlanta and in places where you live, I think super speed would be better nowadays, because life is short, and super speed, you can get to your destination a lot faster. I think I'd like that.
I'm glad you brought up the Atlanta traffic, because that was
Yeah.
my first reason for it. And then we got our last one. I've been trying to hold off from going on to the next one. I need a break.
Sure.
I need some water.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a professional athlete or a famous scientist?
Famous scientist. Something good for the planet.
Yeah.
Famous athletes, fun, people are entertaining to watch, but their careers are so short. Famous scientists, you could be 60, 70 years old and still have a brain and still invent things and again, do something good for the planet.
Yeah.
So
And
definitely.
that work you do usually, helps those coming after for however long.
Yeah, besides, your longevity would be better
Oh.
too. I mean, you're a professional athlete, depending on what you're doing, you could be, we've seen the stories of people that are just cut short too soon in their time because of all the effort that they did and what the strain they put their bodies to,
Understand.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's time we bump it up a little bit.
Ta-da!
All right, let's see. We've got right here, what does this even say? The forbidden fruit. So
Ooh.
this one, I'm wondering if it's going to have some kind of citrus flavor. We'll see here. I'll cap off that other one right real quick.
Okay. Oh, I think the forbidden fruit is the darn pepper.
Oh, no. I think we're taking a jump up
Is
from
a
the last.
pepper a fruit? That's what I want to know. Or is it a vegetable? I
That's
don't
a
know.
good question. Maybe, can we ask the producer? They're saying they do not know. We'll say it's a fruit, so it
Yeah.
follows this.
Be careful. That comes out.
Comes out quick.
It comes out in a vengeance.
All right, I'm trying to leave the flat for the last one so I can do your strategy. Let's see if I can get just a little. That'll work. Shake off a little extra. There we go.
All right. Again,
Cheers.
here's to it. Yes. All right.
It's not hitting yet.
A little more vinegary.
It's slowly building, but
Yeah. I mean, flavor-wise, I could do with some of the earlier ones that we did, but
I agree.
yeah. But the heat, not so bad so far.
I don't know. I may have thought the previous heat was worse.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. That's a win for me. I was having to drink some water. I'm not as strong as you.
And I want to say to everybody out there, I want to thank the crew here because last year they had the bomb, and we all know about the bomb, how bad that is. And no bomb this year, so that's great. I'll try anything except the bomb again. The bomb would be like, why?
We were a
So,
little kinder to you this
yeah,
time. We
thank you.
upped it. It's spicier technically, but hopefully I heard it tastes better. So we'll see how it goes. All right, you ready for the next question?
Sure.
All right, so for all the students, current students, undergraduates, and graduates for that, but starting their journey in software engineering, what type of advice would you give to people first getting into it?
All right. The most important thing is to have fun. Do something that you like. So many times people are like, well, I want to do this, but how much do I get paid? The pay, the benefits, the rewards are going to come. The most important thing is to find something that you like, something that interests you. Yeah, I mean, that's the best advice I can give. And then, wow, take advantage of the school while you're here. This is the moment for you guys. This is the moment where you can take hold of all these opportunities, and the sky's the limit at this point. So don't waste it. That's the best advice I can give you.
Can't agree more. Is there a point in your career where you working with technology, you thought, maybe at first you didn't know if this is what you want to do, but you said, I really enjoy this. This is what I want to stick with.
Now, see, I might be unusual, but I just always fell into areas that were. Oh, I'll give you one quick story. My father was a cruise director.
Okay.
On the cruise ships, and so I was teaching an electronics degree program, electronics engineering degree program, and he approached me and he said, I want to train people to work on a cruise ship. And So I helped him write the curriculum. We went to the state of Florida, we got the course registered and validated and verified. And then I had a choice, and I helped him start his business. But I said, I don't want to be a director of a cruise school. And I said, I want to get back into technology. And I had two roads to take. I applied for a job that was software-based.
Okay.
And I had applied for another job that was EEPROM-based, like working with EEPROM burners. And interviewing the people at the software place, I just liked them. They were just cooler people. The EEPROM people, they were good, but they just, you know, I liked the software guys. And that made me make a good decision to go down the software road instead of staying with the hardware road. And by the way, the other company like folded in 6 months anyway.
Well, you made the right
So
choice.
I felt blessed about that. That I've always, you know, when there's been an opportunity and a road to take, that I've always been lucky to take the right one. So
I love that you point out it, making sure or trying to find a place where you're working with people, you know, you like to work with, enjoy. It makes all the difference when doing your job.
oh yeah, I tell everybody every day that I am blessed to be surrounded by not only intelligent people, but you know, people that are kind to each other, and you know, we do have a great family in my team.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get to the two spiciest ones now, I believe. Let's see what we got. Matasanos hot sauce, I believe is what that says. So excited for this one. We've got two more fun questions at the end, so maybe you don't have to think as hard while it's
right.
burning up. But I guess we'll get started on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be sipping on water occasionally. I can't. My mouth's already feeling numb.
All right.
How's that one pouring? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice consistency.
This looks like
Almost
something
a little like
that,
ketchup there. There it is. If you can see it, there you go.
I wish I was doing ketchup right now. All right.
Yeah, I mean, right now my tongue is dancing, my eyes are watering, but I'm having fun. How about you?
I'm having a great time. I'm loving the stories you're telling. My mouth's telling me to stop, but I'm excited.
We got
so
two more. Let's
we'll
do
see.
it. We can go. We can push through.
Oh, we
this.
can do. We went
Let's
this
go.
far already.
Yep.
That one has an interesting flavor right at the beginning,
Yep.
and then it kicks you. Yep, I feel it now.
Yeah. Woo. All right.
I'm gonna look like a tomato in a little bit. I'm definitely about to get bright red. Whew.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a kicker.
That one hits. I gotta try and stay as calm as you do, though. I can't embarrass myself. Whew. How are you hanging in there?
Good.
after that
Good. The nose is running a little bit, so
one? I was gonna say I've been doing that too. This one lingers. The rest of them went away after
Yeah.
we ate.
ooh.
And you've got that water and milkshake there if you need something. But are you ready for the next question?
Mm-hmm.
So just curious, because we've been asking a lot of technology related questions. Outside of the field of technology, what's your favorite thing to do or your favorite hobby outside of work?
Well, every year we go watch the Miami Dolphins play football. We have season tickets. Love enjoying the games. Love the tailgate experience. That's good. Before I answer, let me swallow this thing.
Oh, I apologize. I asked too early. My bad. I will say I'm a big.
Woo! All right, there we go.
Oh, good.
That was tough to push down.
I apologize. I thought you had
No,
finished.
you're fine. And my family loves to bowl too. We like to go
Oh, that's
bowling,
awesome.
so that's another thing I like to do. And I like to read. Still like to read books. And lately, I've been reading a lot of autobiographies.
Autobiographies.
I read Dave Grohl's autobiography. Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. He passed away a few years ago. And I'm reading one by Todd Rundgren right now. So I like rock stars. I like reading, good things like that. What else? Larry Zonka, who was a running back for the Miami Dolphins,
Oh,
so
that's
I read his autobiography. So I like, I've been getting into those lately.
For those out there that like to read, is there a book, or even if maybe you can't choose one, that you think was the most impactful that you recommend anyone to read?
Wow,
It may be hard just to limit it to one, I know.
I answered this one last year too, and I've always been fascinated with science fiction short stories.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite authors was Ray Bradbury growing
Oh,
up,
yeah.
and he would have these, short stories with life lessons that I
Mm-hmm.
thought was really great. So, and kids with a short attention span, getting into a big novel, I did like Anne Rice growing up too, with the Interview with the Vampire and the Lestat series and stuff like that, because she painted a canvas. And she did one book called A Cry to Heaven, which was a story about the castratos in Italy.
Okay.
And so what they do is they take these young boys that could sing and they castrate them, and that was their life. They had to so they didn't lose their high
Yes,
voice,
mhm.
So that was some interesting reading. So
That's interesting.
uh,
Did you say, is that your favorite genre?
the science fiction, I guess, was always good. But now, like I said, I'm going more to real life stories and autobiographies and life lessons. I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger's book has been interesting. Maybe I'll
Check that one out soon?
Check that one out soon. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I think it's about time we hit that last one. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see. So we've got the Last Dab experience. So I believe they said 2.6 million Scoville. I've never had anything this hot. I don't think I was ever planning it, but I guess today's the day.
And this is when they do mean dab. You
Yeah.
don't want to smother this one, or else we will be in trouble for sure.
I'm gonna do your strategy, and I'm gonna try and get that flat and take it off so it doesn't touch my lips.
Okay.
This is a big one.
And there's the last dab right there. The last dab.
Oh boy, how fast did that one come out for you?
Pretty fast. Be careful.
All right, we'll make sure. There we go.
And it's been a pleasure.
It has been. Good luck. The flavor's good right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. At least so far, I'm liking that one better than I think the
But then
previous one.
again, it kind of made me nervous, so I put not as much on this one as
That maybe
little bit.
I think I
Yeah.
only did a dab on this one, so maybe because we went a little lighter.
Mm-hmm. But we did it. That's the important thing.
We got through it. I may have been a little rougher than you, but we both got it.
No, we did.
No, they were pretty good though. I don't think I would ever eat them myself on a Wednesday afternoon, but maybe if I have some friends over, we can try it
This was
out.
great. I just, what a dream come true to be able to do this, because the people that do the YouTube series, it's just awesome. And they always interview celebrities.
Mhm.
I don't consider myself a celebrity, but I'm very honored that you guys asked me to do this.
Well, I'd rather have you here than any celebrity. So
Thank
you've
you.
been great. And for the final question,
Mhm.
I'll wait just a little bit. But just another last thing about hackathons, UGAHacks in general. We just want to know what y'all's favorite thing about UGAHacks and again hackathons in general are. What you enjoy about it, what you think. Any recommendations for students? How to make the most of their time here as well, from what you've seen.
It's a very good question and a very easy one for me to answer, is that people need to keep in mind when you turn on the TV and you watch the news, and sometimes you watch the streaming news services and they have their political views one way or another, and it can be depressing.
Mm-hmm.
If you turn on the news, being in the South Florida area, being in the Atlanta area, there's always some kind of shooting or something, and it involves young people.
Mhm.
The biggest joy to me doing these hackathons and coming to the universities is I have great hope for this planet, seeing and working with the kids that come to these hackathons and participate in these hackathons. The planet is in good shape as long as these kids are still a part of, you know, learning and doing the right thing and keeping focused on what's important in life.
That's amazing. I'm glad to hear that because I guess I'm part of those kids. So
You are.
I'll take
Yeah.
that as a compliment as well. So I
yeah.
appreciate
I mean,
it.
that's why I do it. That's why I love coming to these things. Is that you know, it just it gives you it clears your head about, and you get away from that what the mass media sometimes is trying to feed you, and you say no. You know, in general, still this is a great planet, and we can do good in this planet. And you know, it's just happy to watch everyone learning and just going on to bigger and better things.
That's great, and we know about your challenge. Y'all's challenge is amazing to hear. You know the things that could help and impact. So
Right.
it's a great a great opportunity for people to help out as
Let
well.
me put a big plug in there.
I was gonna say.
AdamProgram.com. Go out and sign up for the Adam Alerts. That's the automated delivery of alerts for missing children. You know, the hot sauce almost made me forget that, but I didn't. I came through.
I've been kind of in and out trying to just
So-
hold back the heat.
So we're trying to help this year's challenge, where we have a data set that was given to us graciously by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children of all 50 states. And we are taking that data, merging it with other public data sets, and we're trying to, 2 questions. First of all, try to figure out why people are going missing in a certain area, and then secondly, what can we do to help find them? Connect neck with other resources, everything from police, fire stations, hospitals, food banks, and then, you know, the beautiful thing about this challenge is people keep coming to me with new ideas. Like last night, I got an email in the middle of the night where one of my colleagues said that, how about campgrounds? Maybe maybe kids go to a campground and go camp out there, and so anything we can do to help bring these kids home, that's what this challenge is all about.
That's awesome to hear.
Yep.
I love that. All right. Well, I guess we finished up the hot sauces. Is there any last thing you want to say to any hackers that are watching now or maybe watching in the future?
If you get an opportunity to do the hot ones, do it. Don't back out. You know, just man or woman up and come in and do it. Like to see that next year. You know, just don't be afraid. Life is too short, and just grab all the experiences you can.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure
Great.
having you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and hope maybe you'll be interested in doing it again.
I will. I'll see you next year.
Yeah, we'll come back next year if you want to hear some more great questions.
Great. Thank you.
Well, thank you to everyone watching and everyone who will watch. Appreciate having you and having HPCC here and the work y'all have done. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking us again.
Of course,
Right.
of course. All right. I don't know how.
And